All right, everybody. Let's not forget, we going to Thailand, Phuket, Thailand, June 13th through the 20th. Go to resetbydesignwellness.com to sign up. We're going to have an amazing experience, just like we did when we went to Ghana. Girl, listen, I got to get that hair back. Me and that hair are going to be together again. We had an amazing time. Okay. We had amazing accommodations. Okay. We had a girl. When I tell y'all a time was had, Reset by Design Wellness did that. And they're going to do it again, girl. Okay. We're going to do it again in Phuket, Thailand. Y'all make sure y'all go to www.resetbydesignwellness.com to sign up. Girl. Ghana was a good time, girl. I lost a lot of weight. It was a good time. All right, y'all. 235 people in the room. Make sure y'all like the video. I'm about to run this intro, girl, and we going to get right into it because, girl, I got a lot of shit to talk to y'all about. I hope I don't be here that long. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Now, come on in. Now, come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey, everybody. What's up? It's your girl, BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey, everybody. What's up? It's your girl, BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram, and let's get into the video. Right?
So y'all harassed me because, baby, let me tell y'all, this weekend I was cleaning my house, girl. Whether I was cleaning my house, going to get my lashes done, I was listening to the Who the Did I Marry playlist by Reesa Teesa this weekend, girl. Oh, yes, I was glued in. But once I got to the end, I felt like it was anticlimactic. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I went through all of this with you, bitch. It was days of us together with you slow talking and repeating the same shit over and over again. 50 some odd clips, 9-minute clips each. Okay, I had to put it on 1.25 in order to really get through it because she talked too slow. Okay, she talked too slow. And she was repeating herself. Just a lot of unnecessary, you know what I'm saying? But either way, bitch, I was in that swimwear. I was listening. I wanted to find out everything that she found out. And I feel like she didn't even give us all the information. Girl, you were supposed to give us way more information than you gave us. I'm just going to keep it a buck. You were supposed to tell us way more than you told us, girl. It was because I know there's a lot of shit that you kept out. But you should have put it in. Because there was way too much fluff in there. Okay. How many times was we going to talk about the house, the car? Okay. But listen, I ran through it right quick. And I have some notes because I know y'all wanted me to talk about this so bad. Everybody's been doing their commentary on Reesa Teesa. Then today we find out Legion, aka Jerome. Why didn't it gotta have my daddy name? I don't know. Okay. Because used to be when your name was Jerome, nigga, you was steadfast. You could trust that the money that was in the account is going to be in the account around my Jerome. Okay. Dependable. I don't know what's going on with this Jerome. Okay. But either way, he talking about taking legal action. Nigga, you ain't got no money to take no legal action against nobody. Asking everybody for money sleeping in your car. The girl had to give you money for some chicken nuggets. Who you gonna hire? Especially when she never said your real name. The internet just did their due diligence and looked your ass up. But I heard that after she told her story, she got her trip to Europe, Paris, wherever she wanted to go. She got her a trip out of the situation, and she might even be getting the BMW that she wanted with the peanut butter insides. Okay, that she said she whatever the inside color was. I like peanut butter. Y'all know the inside of my Jeep is peanut butter. Okay, that's why I'm at with it. I need to get some things on it fixed though. Don't be too excited. Anyway, Reesa, Teesa, and Legion. Main things here. She didn't want to be alone because we know y'all don't like y'all own company. Y'all don't like being alone. Y'all can't figure out things to do with you by yourself that, you know, make you happy. You know what I'm saying? Listen. I like my own company. Honestly, I prefer being alone a lot of the time, and I just every once in a while get the feeling like I want to be around people. But essentially, I like being by myself. I don't understand this. Okay, it's been like that since I was a child. I have been somebody that just like to go in their room and be left alone, bitch. Okay, entertain myself. Okay, that's why I'm so entertaining to y'all, because I just spent all these years entertaining myself. Okay. They come in there, see Brittany talking to herself. Oh, bitch, don't worry about me. I'm fine. Okay. Entertaining myself. Entertaining myself. But she didn't want to be alone. She didn't want to have to prove everybody right by leaving this man alone once she figured out that he was lying to her about how much money he was making. She was ready to get married. And this is when I want to stop. Because I want to ask y'all, what make y'all think y'all ready for marriage? What make you think you're ready for marriage? Tell me. Tell me, Diane. What make you think you're ready for marriage? Put it down in the comments and let me know. What make you think you ready for marriage? Because in all honesty, you did so much dumb shit in this story that you're not ready for marriage because you can't even be single. You don't even like your own company. So I knew this at 20 years old, that I was only ready to be in a relationship because I like being by myself too. Before me and my husband got together, it was about a good 6-month period where I wasn't dating nobody. I had my little, my little slide come through, bang, bang, good night. See you later. I'll call you when I need more. But essentially, your girl was living in her own place, me and my dog. You know what I'm saying? My house was always clean, smell good in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? My little box was always full of the herbery. Okay. My refrigerator was full. Okay. Life was good when I was single. Then I got married. My life is pretty much still like it was when I was single, as far as like my peace, what I do, the upkeep of it, like. So for me, I'm looking at the situation like, girl, that's one of the things. That's how you know you're not ready for marriage, because you don't like being by yourself, which means you're going to be thirsty. You'll be thirsty when you're thinking about getting married. You cannot be thirsty. And bitches is out here thirsty. And Charlamagne, the guy that is not just the big back bitches that are thirsty. Oh no. It's the skinny back bitches too. Okay, it's the fat ass ones that's going down into the doctor to damn near die on the table so they can get an ass to get a nigga that's a forklift driver pretending to be a VP. Because that's a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all are out here with your big back or your skinny back trying to go get on somebody's fucking surgery table so you can get a big ass so you can attract a nigga that make $50,000 a year. Stop fronting. Okay? Stop fronting. But she made so many mistakes. Not inquiring about his job. Bitch, how you pull up? I can bring you to my job. Oh, yeah. Y'all in there today? Oh, y'all ain't there? Oh, all right then. If you have a certain position at your job, you're going to always be able to get in your job. Me personally, when I work down to the news station, you have a key card. You can literally pull up to the news station at 2:00 in the morning to pee, as long as you got a key card. So if you work, you know how jobs go. Why you did not inquire further about why he could not get into his job without somebody else being there? Why you not asking? Why you didn't go deeper? Why you didn't go deep? Why you didn't go deeper, Reesa? And you said the nigga was 200 and something pounds, so you can't tell me he was wearing the pussy out all the time, because that nigga wasn't working out. That nigga was tired. That nigga wasn't wearing the pussy out that much. So I need understanding. When you see a woman like Reesa Teesa with a nigga on her sofa ain't doing shit, the nigga better be wearing her ass out. That's the only thing we accept. How is the dickage? Is it worthy of you paying for it? Listen, we don't begrudge you, young women. Get it how you live if that's what you want. But don't be sitting up here dealing with a forklift driver that ain't even dicking you down appropriately. You can't tell me that's what was going on in this situation. She ready to get married into all kind of uncomfortable shit. Y'all got to stop thinking marriage is like happily ever after. It's not. Marriage is not happily ever after. You are going to get married, figure out that you are now legally, emotionally, and spiritually tied to somebody. You are going to get scared as fuck. Because once you're on the other side of it, it's like, oh shit. Whether you love the motherfucker or not, everybody has the wait a minute, what did I just do moment. Everybody has that moment. And you either gonna settle into it as a good thing or you gonna start fucking up. A lot of us settle into it as a good thing, but a lot of us fuck up. So I'm just trying to let you know that it's not a fairy tale. Once you get into it, it's like, okay, I'm on another level, but this has its own set of challenges. I could lose this game too. Just as when I was single, I was trying to graduate to some, level of marriage. Understand that once you get into marriage, you can lose on that level too. And divorce is not losing. Staying in an unhappy marriage for other people's benefit is. This lady said before she even got into the marriage with the nigga that she didn't want to leave him because she didn't want to prove anybody right because everybody had said something was wrong. Why are y'all that indignant? Talk to me and explain to me why your family and your friends can all be telling you something ain't right about the nigga. But you want so badly to be with somebody that you're going to ignore all this good advice. And not only are you going to ignore it, but you're going to stay with him even when you see that something ain't right. You stay because you want to prove them wrong. What's wrong with y'all? It's your life, not theirs. You the motherfucker online talking about who did I marry? Not all your friends and family members that was trying to give you the heads up, thinking you would take good advice. So you didn't inquire about a job when he couldn't get into his so-called job. That was a problem for me. If I can't walk in your job and see you work there, if I can't, on your day, you need to be able to prove something to a bitch. Okay? Why no proof of funds? Showing you pieces of paper. But when it was time to show proof of funds for the house, he wouldn't do it because of some uncle that's been dead for 20 years. This nigga was also really into lying about his family members, whether they was dead or alive, a real family member, not a real family member, naming people that wasn't really family members. Oh yeah, we're gonna get to the fact that he had no proof of funds, but he was paying all her bills. Let me tell you something, y'all. She said at the time her rent was less than $1,000. But she was paying her car note, her insurance. She paying for everything she need. The only thing she not paying is her rent and her utilities, I'm guessing. Which made me feel like whatever he was paying at his spot might have been the same, close to, or in the amount that he was now taking from his rent to come over and pay yours. So as long as he was working, he was able to pay those things. But let me ask a question. This is how you know, like, women don't know nothing, like, especially Black women, like, not actually being around wealth or seeing it, you are at a disadvantage, right? This nigga supposedly has $700,000 in his account. The exact amount that he gets a loan for from Chase. Some shit like that, right? $699, something like that he was supposedly had in his account, which was something that he Google image the bank account statement, Google image the Chase proof of funds or whatever the fuck it was from Chase that he had, saying that they was gonna give him the loan for the house, right? You mean to tell me the whole time you was with him, you didn't notice that he didn't have a lot of money? Because to me, and this is how you know, like, and then when I say not being around people with money, because your favorite restaurant is the Cheesecake Factory. Y'all get mad. Y'all all got mad at the girls that said, I'm not going to no fucking Cheesecake Factory. Those bitches know what they're looking for. And they not looking for a nigga that can only afford the Cheesecake Factory. Because look how sis thought he had money. And it's all because what her aspirations are low. She has low aspirations. I'm just saying. It ain't up here. It's down here. That's why he was able to fake in front like he was taking care of shit. Because a woman like me, I would have figured out he didn't have no money when he couldn't pay for the groceries. I'm just saying. We're not saying that no, I'm just saying. You can't pretend like you got money when I'm trying to go to Chop House. You can't pretend like you got money when I easily drop $500 every 2 weeks at Whole Foods. You can't pretend to have money when you actually out spending it. So that's why I'm like, girl, you be on bullshit on some level, because there's no way you living with this man. He paying all the bills and you haven't noticed that he can't pay for certain shit that's easy, easy household shit. I know this was during quarantine, y'all, but peep, we couldn't even get toilet paper and paper towels in quarantine. Shit was still expensive. She didn't notice that he wasn't helping with none of the other. If you at home all the time, your energy bill should have got higher. Your water bill should have got higher. Like, I'm just saying, y'all, it just goes to show that there's nothing wrong with the girls out there that have high aspirations for what they want in a man. Because when they have those high aspirations, a nigga like Legion ain't gonna sneak in and pretend like he got it if he don't. Because they gonna clock that he don't have it. Because he can't do what they trying to do. So don't be so quick to judge the girls that say, I don't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory on the first date. Y'all be getting mad at them girls, and I'm using Reesa Teesa over here and this nigga to make a point. Stop judging women for what they want and what their expectations are, because they probably been through situations like this where because their expectations was low, niggas was able to fake in front like they had shit they didn't have until it was time to actually show and prove. And then you get your face broke. So now the girls know when I go on the first date, no, we ain't going to Cheesecake Factory, nigga. I need to know you got money. We gonna go somewhere nice. This the first date. Impress me. And if you're not trying to impress a woman that you're trying to go out on a date with, then you don't need to go out on a date with her. See how that works? Those girls having high expectations really kind of pushes a lot of shit out of their purview, like niggas like Legion. That's why it's okay, ladies. It's okay to say, I want this, I want that. Cheesecake Factory lady was staged. Yes, I know it was staged, but did you not see the way people respond? Niggas still are responding to it honestly. It's still a real life thing where men push expectations very low for women and then make women feel bad if they have high expectations. If their expectations are lower, they can fake in front and lie like this nigga did. So as my girl, the diva Erica De Niro will say, keep your expectations high as giraffe pussy. Exactly. It's not about ego. It's about the fact that men are really good and have perfected lying to women to fuck them. Yes. Yes. I'm just giving you some game while I'm talking to you about how this young woman, this old lady, whatever the fuck she is, because I don't know how old she is, because I feel like I can't call her a young lady because I don't think she's younger than me. I think she's older than me. And I just kind of feel like being older than me, you just should have known some of these things. And I think everybody wants to give so much sympathy, but they not actually listening to the shit that she's saying. Because if you listening, she's telling you that she was willingly ignoring so much. And I want you to learn to stop willingly ignoring shit and then getting online complaining to us and crying and shit. Okay? Listen to what we tell you when we tell you, and stop trying to argue with bitches talking about they bitter. Okay. Okay. How often did she mention her religion? That, huh? Y'all heard how often she mentioned her religion? Her religion is part of the reason why she's in this situation. And I keep telling y'all that, and y'all don't believe me about that neither. That worshiping a male god makes it very easy for you to worship men. For you to fall into this mistake of feeling like because somebody got a dick, they know better than you. And to pretend like they know better than you when you got a better life, you got a better setup, you making more money. But because he a man, you gonna let him come off the fucking street into your house talking about we in the pandemic. I didn't want to be by myself. Girl, it was 2020. You could have been on FaceTime, video chat, Instagram live like everybody else. But instead, you allow a bum off the street into your house and then come to us with a 50-part series when you find out that the Chihuahua is a motherfucking Nutri-Rat? Okay. Let's keep going because I have more notes. Texting the prostitutes. What about when what about when he was texting the prostitutes, y'all? We in a pandemic. Going out there fucking prostitutes, texting the prostitutes. You had a good time. Can't wait to see you the next time. Girl, why are we okay with men fucking prostitutes? And the reason why I say you should have a problem with that is because you had unprotected sex with him and got pregnant. Unfortunately, had a miscarriage. And then the nigga lied and told you he was going to take you to get your DNC, but then called some woman he was calling his sister that you didn't even know. Come to find out, nigga ain't even had no sisters. Nigga ain't even had no sisters. Who was that bitch? The auntie wasn't really the auntie. She the mama, old best friend, and she don't know what's going on because he lying to her. He got a twin. That's his big brother. He lying to you, telling you that's his little brother. Low key kind of, copy and paste in the brother's life because the brother is the VP. The brother got a nice house and a nice family and all of that. But you don't. Then he got his older brother that put him on blast. When she finally started getting on the phone with real family members, then it really all come out how the nigga lying, always lying to the family members, trying to get them to take care of him because he don't want to take care of himself. Always trying to get over on somebody. Then gonna tell her family to give her time alone while she was healing from the DNC. I said, anytime a man tells your family to stay away from you, and that's not what you asked for, bitch, run. He's trying to isolate you. Why would he be trying to isolate you, ma'am? So he can control you. Lied about his stepdaughter dying of COVID. Lied and said his grandmother died of COVID. Grandmother died before 2010. And then, of course, the leg injury where he ends up in another bedroom in her house, pissing in water bottles and Gatorade bottles all over the room. And he losing weight faster than a goddamn crackhead. And you don't know what's going on. She made sure to get online in that live and tell us that her health is good. She's all right. I hope so, bitch. He didn't gain the weight back. Okay, because he online talking about he might have to, go and see about getting a lawyer and threatening a super. Goddamn body ain't got no money. You barely got your health. She said she was okay. But a lot of people are wondering, are you okay? We hope you're okay. But you was damn sure out here having unprotected sex with a man who you can't trust as far as you can throw him, and you couldn't fucking throw him nowhere. One of the ex-wives came out. She was aggravating me. Then her son came out. So everybody could tell you Jerome wasn't shit. Always trying to come into someone's house and take over. And that's harder to do when they got kids that's grown. So that's why you go for women like Reesa Teesa ain't got no kids. Reesa Teesa, tell me something. Tell me something, babe. How you gonna say that you wanted a family, you wanted to get married, and then when you got pregnant, you was like, oh shit, I ain't really want to get pregnant. Girl, what's going on? And this is what I about. You got to get real with yourself. You got to be real with yourself, y'all. Y'all don't like to be real with yourself. Y'all don't. Y'all like to lie to yourselves. Because you think if you lie to yourself, then you can just live in delusion and everything will be okay. It's going to be all right. That's how a lot of y'all are. And I'm going to let y'all stay there. You can be as delusional as you want to be, bitch. Life is yours. Okay? I'm glad that Reesa Teesa got her trip. You know what I'm saying? I hope that she makes better decisions. I hope she learns to love and like herself enough to not be so thirsty for marriage or companionship. Go sit in front of the mirror until you start liking what you're looking at. But yes, the rest of y'all want to remain in the shadows, in the dark. Keep the lie alive. Keep the lie alive. Girl, I can't believe when she said that they got married because they was living in sin. Bitch, you ain't even met his family. Who said you was living in sin? Them people found, girl, she found out the people didn't even know her. They didn't even know which wife he was on. He had so many wives, girl. We didn't know which wife he was on. Let me see. So Charlamagne and them were talking about the Reesa Teesa thing. I'm going to play the audio. Let's run it.
TS Madison threatens Charlamagne for his big back comment.
Oh my God, no.
Yes, that's what I said. I was like, oh
no.
my God, you should be real scared. Last week, I reported on the viral TikTok series "Who the F Did I Marry" by Reesa Teesa. And for those who may not be familiar, this is the woman who had an exclusive series on TikTok to share all the lies her ex-husband told her and how she believed them. Charlamagne shared his opinion on the story when I reported it.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I hear a lot of big back behavior. Does she have a big back?
She do give Sheila that was driving up the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sheila was beautiful though.
Yeah, no. You talked about the big back, not the face.
Yeah, you're right.
She's cool.
Big back. No, I'm just saying because like this, some of you big backs, y'all gotta stop being so thirsty for a man. There's a man out there for you. Okay, this woman believed all of this because she wanted to believe all of this. Big back belief.
First of all, how the fuck you gonna say that a lot of women being delusional out here, being desperate for a man? And then also say there's a man out here for you. The idea that there's a man out there for you means you're gonna always be looking for him, ignoring red flags because you think this the one God meant to send to you.
Isn't like everybody else's belief. Okay, she said it herself. He said everything I wanted to hear. Yeah. She wanted to believe whatever was coming out of his mouth, and she wanted a man so bad.
Okay, so TS Madison threatens Charlamagne for his big back comment.
Oh my God, no.
Yes, that's what I said. I was like, oh my God, you should be real scared. Last week, I reported.
I'm sorry, that was funny when he said, oh no.
TS Madison, self-proclaimed, she publicly checked in on the rest of the Big Back Brigade to see how she should respond. And she said, hashtag big back people, including me. And Charlamagne get that, or are we putting his face in? No.
Whoa.
Yep. There was no LOL. There was no emoji. There was no nothing. First of all, why am I even talking to you? How you just include yourself into that? Now, if you were to say that to her, then what would happen?
Oh, they'd be calling for my head on social media.
I'm talking about social media in the streets.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
They ask for you to be canceled, suspended, and all that.
It's like, what are we even talking about?
Well, let the record show. I didn't even know the young lady had a big back. Okay, I just said it sounded like big back behavior. And I know big back belief when I hear it.
Okay.
And that's the problem, Charlamagne. The problem with your statement is the fact that only big back bitches act delusional for men. Meanwhile, Just Hilarious is over here with a nigga, that she just met pregnant for the second time, just as she's coming into her fame. As she's getting on your show, she's blowing up. Meanwhile, doing photo shoots and shit with a nigga that called her job. Like, we ain't seen the fruits of the labor yet, but just back not big, and she looked like she might be going out bad over some dick.
That's all.
Well,
I don't know why the Big Back Brigade was upset at me.
Well, I don't know how somebody just include themselves in it. Like, why?
What part of the Big Back Brigade don't you understand?
That sounded like
I don't see no LOL.
The beginning of it sounded like a joke to me.
Well, is she a friend? Did she call you up and say, I'm just playing?
No, I'm talking about the beginning when she said the big back people. What did she say?
She believes she has a big back. She said, hashtag big back people, including me.
Yeah, I thought that was a joke.
Are we caving in his face?
Yeah, don't do that, TS Madison. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know, just said it would, you know, if I was to make a tweet about a transgender like that and end it by saying, "Oh, we caving their face in," social media would be calling for my head.
Absolutely.
So let's play nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's absolutely play nice. But see, that's crazy because that's gonna fly right up under the radar. Because you know, I guess she could say that. That's crazy. I don't understand.
Girl, cave your face in.
To be honest with you, man, I hear a lot of big back.
Cave your face in. Hold up. Where's TS Madison's part?
Okay, so
where's TS Madison? Okay. Because TS Madison responded. Where's the response, my girl? Hold up, y'all. Because I feel like Jess is trying to incite some shit. That's what I feel like. I feel like Jess trying to incite some shit. Is how I feel. Because, girl, why is you blowing this out of proportion? I feel like it's blown out of proportion, the cave in face thing. That's what I feel like is being blown out of proportion.
To be honest with you, man.
Like, I don't think cave his face in is like actually like a physical threat. I don't think so. Hold up, girl. Let me go to TS Madison page and see. Because they over here acting like TS Madison is actually threatening to cave your face in with what? Her dick? Like, what you think she gonna cave your face in with her dick? Like,
okay, so TS Madison.
Okay, let's see.
Madison threatened
spending on.
Okay, so she posted. Now y'all know how this is gonna go. So she played the clip. Okay, hold up.
Do you take?
Okay, hold up. I'm trying to see because it might be in a longer recording, and I'm not gonna do all that.
Your friend? Did she call?
Okay, here we go.
You got a secure nigga.
Hold up.
Y'all letting Charlamagne get away with that, or are we caving his face in?
Whoa.
Yep. There was no LOL. There was no emoji. There was no nothing. First of all, why am I even talking to you? How you just include yourself into that? Now, if you were to say that to her, then what would happen?
Oh, they'd be calling for my head on social
What
media.
I'm talking about.
So let's play nice.
Miss Jess.
Get into
I'm gonna start with you.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And I'm gonna start with you, Miss Hilarious, because
hilarious.
You think you funny and you not. Now, there are ample opportunities to sit down, have a conversation, and get whatever's on your chest off of. We could have taught this hilarious to hilarious. We could have had conversation from hilarious bitches to hilarious bitches. We could have had a whole bunch of conversations.
So we're gonna do that again, huh? We're gonna do that again, huh? Listen. I'm gonna let Maddie go in, but I do notice that Maddie likes to call people with fallopian tubes men, as if that's not transphobia as well. Notice that a lot. I know y'all like to, ignore the fact that Maddie does that. But it seems more productive to be hilarious and Jess basically insinuating she's a man. But if somebody is to say that you're a man, then it's offensive. Okay.
Right now, you tapped Charlamagne on his shoulder and asked him, "What is she your friend? Did she call you up? Did she this and the other?" No, but I tapped you on your shoulder and I hit you up and I text your phone and we FaceTime each other during the times when, because you still salty about that whole period stuff. And I have really been treading lightly on you because I don't want to come off as the angry tranny. And excuse all my trans sisters and brothers that's gonna be watching this or whatever. You're gonna hear me talking to these puss ass motherfucking hoes in layman's terms. I ain't talking to these hoes with correct terminology. Bitch, I'm finna talk to these puss ass motherfucking hoes in layman terms. All right.
Okay, go
Charlamagne.
Go ahead.
When I came to the Breakfast Club, right? We chopped it up. We keyed. You know we ain't had no motherfucking pressure. You know this. We've never had pressure. We set up and we talked about before the cameras even rolling how me and Kaya used to sit our motherfucking ass together and be roasting y'all and bitch how y'all thought it was funny. So you know we ain't got no pressure. So obviously you know that I was not threatening you. Me, what am I threatening you for when you're talking about a whole big bad community that I'm also joking and saying I'm a part of the big bad community? So my whole thing is, girl, we already see that you let Miss Hilarious sit next to you over there, try to put jumper cables on your back, but because you are a smart man, you left Miss Hilarious out there in the land of the he's so the he's can eat her ass up, and here they are. We already know that the rumors have circulated around Baltimore that nigga named Chris that you was fucking and that you almost had a baby from and you didn't was fucking other niggas. So again, when I was supposed to light your ass up the very first time over that period shit, I was supposed to come in swinging like that, but I didn't. I chose a soft route because I was like, I don't want to have pressure with her because we don't have no pressure. I don't want to have pressure with this broad because we don't have pressure. We just have a difference of opinion. But I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing here. You are transphobic. You are homophobic. You are those things. Then every single time that I try to give you an opportunity to very much so not go in that direction with you, you give me another opportunity to be like, damn, she just might be. I feel like that you're an ignorant bitch, and there are ignorant bitches that exist, and you have the right to be an ignorant bitch. And if you are what you are, stand on it, bitch. Just like I stand on it, I got.
Let me pause. So Maddie is saying that you think Just Hilarious hate for trans women comes from the fact that one of her mans was fucking on a trans girl. And so here's the thing. You're still doing exactly what you get mad at straight people for doing, which was Just Hilarious's point from the very beginning. I'm sorry, y'all. I was not clicking on this expecting to take this approach, but you are outing a man. You're calling Jess a man. And this is the exact same shit that is offensive to the trans girls. So it's crazy for in response to what you receive as homophobia, transphobia, for you to then use the same rhetoric against Jess. Girl, are we okay? Are we awake today? I'm gonna let her go.
I titties at the motherfucking top and dick at the motherfucking bottom, bitch. And I don't play no games when anybody asks me any questions, bitch. And I don't identify as a female, bitch. I identify as a she-male. I identify as that. So there are no confusions about any of the situation. Just hilarious. Okay. Now, when I was talking to you before about you have some internal shit that you gotta break free from, we all hear the things about you hoes out in the motherfucking streets, just like y'all, we hear about each other. So we hear about you hoes out in the streets. And a lot of you hoes that be having issues with the punk and the trannies and faggots because one of the niggas done got fucked and sucked on or done got cummed in. And bitch, you from a city, what's she from? Baltimore?
Baltimore.
You know them Baltimore niggas fucking suck more pumps, bitch, than in these niggas in Atlanta. And a lot of you hoes get trapped up in it. And not just that, you also have masculine energy. You are a pretty girl. I have said this, even when I was on Tamron Hall show, even when I don't occupy all those.
Are we pointing out just having masculine traits as a bad thing in this? I know y'all want to defend TS Madison because that's what y'all do. That's cool. But I need for us to be real about what's being said here. Come on. Like you're using this
place, and I was like, I felt her plight. I have felt her plight. I have felt her plight. I understand that women they're being policed by womanhood and being inclusive to trans women, and they don't want to do this and the other. You can check any interview. I ain't never came at your neck. And I came to you. To you. I ain't get on the internet doing X, Y, and Z. I came to you. Bitch, you know when we say caving in the face, or what, we're from two different areas, but we know that I wasn't threatening.
Yeah, we're gonna agree there. We're gonna agree there. I said the same thing. Why are you acting like caving in the face is a physical threat when we know it's not? Come on now.
Charlamagne the God, for what? For what? See, the thing about it is what all
that point right there, that's the relevant point. That's the point. That it did seem like you were trying to incite people against TS Madison. You was trying to send a transphobic, homophobic dog whistle. Okay, because I can't do it right now. Dog whistling to them people because TS Madison said cave Charlamagne's face in.
All the people over there that want to jump on your pussy lips is that they're sitting here because I'm a tranny. They want to sit here and overlook the fact that you as a woman who just almost a year ago, if it not was a year ago, was calling for men to protect us. Men to protect us. And then you sitting right next to a nigga who was talking about a woman, bitch, and you jumped in on the bandwagon, help dragging her, right? Come on, we ain't even really done, right? Then you sit over here with your small back, right? With your small, tiny back that you have, bitch, and you let Country Wayne play in your face on fucking Shannon Sharp show and tell you to leave him alone. So obviously, bitch, big back holes and small back holes have some of the same motherfucking problems.
Yes, they do.
See, the thing about it was you thought that you was going to come into it with a nigga that had 66 baby motherfucking mamas and was going to be wifey, and he showed your ass, and you still running your motherfucking small back ass around here giving that man problems. That man said, leave me alone.
It's been 5 years.
It's been 5 years, bitch. Leave me alone. Get some new material. Leave me alone.
And honestly, I didn't agree with that because I feel like Country Wayne is always talking about Jess, or people are always asking him about her. It's the most famous of any of his relationships. Like, and the same goes for her. Like,
but let's talk about Chris, that was allegedly was fucking them punks in Baltimore, bitch, that you was fucking off on. That was fucking them punks in Baltimore that really initially started your disdain for the girls.
Kim Burrell energy.
So the streets.
Not Kim Burrell energy.
Hey, let's talk about that.
I believe it.
Let's talk in the words of Azalea Banks. Let's talk about that. And then you have the audacity to have so much nigga energy running through your motherfucking chain smoking voice having ass, bitch. So much nigga energy that you got with you, bitch, that you attract niggas that probably fuck punk. And it's okay. That don't make you less of a woman. Hell, you pregnant now. But my thing is, the pressure that you want with me, you really don't want it with me. The pressure that you got with me, you got with yourself. Miss Hilarious. Every time them niggas was sitting over there calling you a he and all that type of shit to be funny, I cringe because I'm like, she don't look like no he to me. She don't have this. She, you know, I'm over here. I be in defense mode with you pussy assholes, and y'all hold me over here. You would have really loved for Charlamagne to say that he was gonna bash me in my motherfucking face when he saw me. You would have really loved for that. That's what y'all hoes want to hear from your mouth or from your ears. You want to hear niggas saying how they'll beat a punk up.
And something wrong with you hoes. I want to say that because I know some of y'all. I know a lot of homophobic, like just treacherous ass bitches. I do. Coming from New Orleans, y'all hoes ain't shit neither. Okay, let's continue.
Because that makes you feel secure that you got a secure nigga. But Miss Hilarious, let me explain something to you. I didn't fuck your nigga. Them other punks did. I wasn't sucking your nigga dick. Those other punks was. I wasn't motherfucking the one feeding your nigga dick, bitch. Allegedly. Those other punks was doing it. And that's why you moved on and found you some other niggas who, bitch, you hoes put y'all heads on the chopping block about, you don't know what the fuck them niggas gonna do with their life. But my thing to you is, we had a whole ample opportunity not to be in this place. You be tapping me lightly on my shoulder, tapping me on my shoulder, and I'll be like, no, I'm not gonna go this route because I don't have no problem with you. Bitch, I'm confident in me having a titties and a motherfucking dick, okay. And the word transvestite don't offend me, bitch. I've made so much money up there. My cock is all over the internet, bitch, from that.
Oh.
But the problem is that I won't address the fact it is. Bitch, you got internalized homophobia and transphobia because this is something that you deal with on a time to time.
It can't be internalized transphobia. It can't be. It could be internalized homophobia because we all used to think that Jess was into girls. We don't know what happened with that.
Basis, bitch, all the time. You are a pretty girl. We're not gonna take that away from you. You are a pretty girl.
She is.
But bitch, you have a lot of masculine energy, and a lot of niggas call you a motherfucking nigga.
So
they liken you to a tranny. They do. And you have had issue with that, girl. Imagine being a real woman, and you motherfucking run around and a nigga is saying, hey, you're not a dude, is you? Because you know you do got a lot of.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna stop it right there. Okay. I'm gonna stop it right there. Because I'm gonna tell you this is what your response need to always be if somebody ever try to misgender you, right? As a woman. What you want to suck it? Child, you can't play with a bitch that play like me. Cause listen, why? What you want to suck it? Oh, what you want to bend over for? What you interested for? I wish a nigga would call me a man. Come get fucked. Okay, that's my MO. Come get fucked then. Find out. Okay? Find out. And if a woman ever say some shit like that to me, God, wipe my pussy on your nigga forehead. Well, we'll be back with Porsha and Simon.
Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you said, anywhere.
I know you hate that I think this way. I know you think that is wrong of me. Listen, I know that everything's strong today, but the longer we go, I know the fire will start to fade. I may be walking too long for this race. I could be wrong, but the chances ain't great. It's not great for me to be wrong, girl. Let me tell y'all. I told you so. Unless you prove me wrong. Okay? So y'all know Porsha Williams, aka Porsha Guabadia, aka Peach Juice, Frick and Frack. Okay, her and her me and Simon Guabadia are getting a divorce, girl, a divorce. And a lot of the people feel like they're still in love. They're just doing it because Porsha's trying to protect her assets. And at first I was like, girl, protect her assets from what? He's going to get deported. He can't take money with him when he get deported, girl. Like, not really. Like, he can't transfer no funds once he get deported, girl. You know what I'm saying? Porsha said, thank you. Okay, thank you for your prayers and support. And then Simon said, "Well, stop loving my wife when divorce is final." I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means at all. And then this came out. Simon Guabadia hit with a lawsuit from a private jet company for breach of contract and failing to make payments. He owes them close to $1 million. It says on or about July 3rd, 2021, defendant agreed to increase its lease to a 15.625% interest in the Cessna Citation. Is it Citation? Citation aircraft, Exhibit 1. Defendant breached the terms of the program agreement by failing to timely pay to plaintiffs all amounts due under the program agreement, and plaintiffs terminated the program agreement under its terms on or about February 28th, 2023, a year ago. These unpaid amounts included, without limitation, monthly management fees pursuant to Section A 4.1 of the program agreement, monthly lease fees pursuant to Section 8.1 of the program agreement, occupied hourly fees for flight time pursuant to Section A 4.2 of the program agreement, and hourly fuel fees pursuant to Section A 4.3 of the program agreement. At the time of the termination of the program agreement, defendant owed to plaintiffs $974,213.11 under the terms of the program agreement. On or about August 23rd, 2023, plaintiffs and defendant entered into a confidential release agreement payment plan, whereby defendant agreed to pay plaintiffs the specific sum of $839,296.11 in monthly installments with interest. A copy of the release agreement, which has been redacted for confidentiality purposes, is attached hereto as Exhibit 1 and incorporated herein. Subsequent of the filing of this complaint, plaintiffs will seek to file an unredacted version on Exhibit 1 under seal. Furthermore, upon information and belief, defendant has a copy of release agreement. So this nigga know what he was supposed to be paying and how much he was supposed to be paying, and he wasn't giving them people their money. That's what all of this say. Failure to pay. Defendant timely made the first installment, $25,000, due under the readmittance schedule September 1st, 2023, reducing the balance of the release payment to $814. So he paid a little something off it, not nearly enough. Come on, Teesa.
I mean, it's getting sued for scamming that private jet that I told y'all was a rental.
I told y'all that Teesa had told us that it was all fake and fraudulent over there with Porsha and Simon, but y'all didn't want to believe, because y'all like to believe this delusion that she's going to be able to fuck this lady's husband, get somebody else's man, and it's going to be happily ever fairy tale with her living a princess life.
Scamming that private jet. He owes that private jet company, which is basically like timeshare for private jets now. No shade, right? You don't have to own a private jet. It's still something big to have the ability to even have a rental timeshare, like an Uber private jet. Because like somebody said, it still costs money. Girl, you hating. Well, guess what? So's the private jet company suing Simon and his wifey, Porsha, because baby, just like default, what your husband do, you do. He owes them over $1 million.
And because it was accumulated during the time of their marriage, this is why Porsha needed to protect her money. That's what was released today, that she wants to enforce their prenuptial agreement, which means her money is her money, his money is his money.
He signed a contract, and baby, I got the full court documents. This ain't no. So they're suing him for a breach of contract, stemming from a contract he entered into in, right, December 2020. Also, as a Georgia limited liability.
I read all this. Okay, I read most of this. So she's saying the same thing I just finished
It's the
saying.
only-
Y'all can go watch Teesa's whole video because she broke it down, and she just finished reading the shit on Diddy. We're gonna get into that in another video. I'm probably gonna save Diddy for a members only live. So if you want to see the members only live, make sure you become a member. But shout out to Teesa Tales for giving us the info, reading all of the court documents thing on Simon Guobadia still being a scammer. For all of y'all out there that wanted to tell us that, oh, this happened in the 80s, this happened in the 90s. Girl, what the fuck are you missing? It is a pattern of behavior. Why do y'all always feel like somebody has changed their ways when you have no evidence to prove that? I read y'all, my members, y'all know I read y'all some of Porsha's book. Porsha is fucking delusional, looking for somebody to come and save her. She has a trauma wound from her father. So she's always looking for some man to come and save her. She pretends to be stupid. She pretends to lift her voice. And she pretends to want to fuck old men who look like Dennis' daddy. Okay? She pretends. And y'all fall for it because she's pretty with a fat ass and a lot of teeth in her mouth. So y'all believe the lie because you want to believe it because you think you going to be like Porsha. Find you an African prince. Child, let me tell y'all. That lady was fucking on Bolo before she got with Simon, allegedly. Because I think it was some overlap. But either way, that should let you know that lady wants to fuck somebody that look good. That's why she got him all them enhancements and shit. That should let you know, oh, it's not really about love. It ain't never been about love. I don't think Porsha has loved any of the men that she's ever been in relationships with. Cordell, the football player, the country dude in her book, she ain't never loved, yes, Tyler Perry Bolo. Yes, she was fucking on him. Y'all don't remember that? Few seasons back, her last was second to last season on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was fucking on the football player, the little young dude before that. Like, she wants to have sex with physically attractive young men. Why do y'all think she's really in love with Dennis' daddy? It was about the money. It was about the look. That's why all y'all got was Instagram posts. Instagram post after Instagram post, and y'all believe it. Me and the Ooh Ladies First panel, y'all know we be in the DMs talking all the time. And one of the things we would clock is how the more she would post, the more we would start falling for the lie that they must be. This shit from the very beginning, this was gonna work out. Because essentially, Simon gets remarried every 2 to 5 years, for one. He was cheating on Fallon with a whole nother woman. A whole nother woman was in his car. And y'all act like that never happened. He was fucking on some other woman and Porsha and Fallon all at the same time. And y'all, for some reason, think that breeds the type of relationship that's going to be long lasting. That's what y'all think? No, baby. That's not how that go. If that man was out here hoeing and scamming, he's going to be out here hoeing and scamming. Porsha is just delusional enough to go along with it until she can't go along with it anymore. I kept telling y'all, he don't want her to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta because then that will put him under a microscope. Why all of a sudden, as soon as they filing for divorce, they breaking up, all this shit coming out, she going on Real Housewives of Atlanta to get that check again? It was stupid from the beginning to quit all her fucking jobs, thinking that nigga was going to come and save her. Again, nobody's gonna come and save you. You have to save yourself. I can't say that enough to y'all. If you ask me, Porsha should have just stayed single, dating, you know what I'm saying? Dating little different men. Don't bring them home to PJ, girl. Just date and be, a rich divorcee. It's so many times I just be like, why do y'all get remarried? Why? Why do y'all do this to yourselves? Because y'all want to live in a fairy tale? What? Jam Master Jay's grandson was convicted of the demise of his grandfather. Wow. We're going to have to save that for the members only, girl. Thank you for that. So, y'all, I'm going to, because I'm trying to decide if I can fit Mea Culpa and Wendy Williams in. It might be, this might be a 2-hour live. Let me know if y'all okay with that. I'm going to take a quick little break. Do y'all want me to do the quick breakdown of Mea Culpa and Wendy Williams? Okay, I know it's in the title, but really it could be, a whole separate video. Y'all let me know what y'all want me to do. Like this. Okay, I see y'all saying yes. I got 2 hours left of work. All right, let's do it then. So I don't have no screenshot for this shit. So let me just type up a banner real quick. Hold up. Okay. Just put that up there so we know what we're talking about. And I'm going to run my notes and then we're going to move on. Okay. So, y'all, the only reason I watched this movie is for 2 reasons. I love Kelly Rowland. Okay. Like, as a singer, beautiful brown-skinned woman. Other things about her are problematic to me. Another conversation for another time. But all in all, I love me some Kelly Rowland. Whatever she does, I normally like to support. Okay. Especially in movies because Kelly Rowland is a good actress. Okay. So Kelly Rowland is also a producer. When I saw it with Tyler Perry, I was like, God damn it. Because then I wasn't going to watch it because I'm tired of Tyler Perry. He stresses me the fuck out. And I think he does it on purpose. And it don't never be good. It's always repetitive. I can always figure it out. It ain't been on the money in a minute. But when I saw Kelly Rowland was a producer, I'm going to watch it. Friday came. I said, all right, I'm going to put it on. I put it on. I wasn't paying attention. Halfway through the movie, I started paying attention. Okay, it was cool. So that lets you know I was bored at first. I watched it again. I watched it a second time so I could really tap in. And this is where the notes came from. But I just want y'all to know I did not want to watch this. I only wanted to watch it because I like Kelly. I normally love thrillers, but you got to be real good about a thriller because I'm going to be able to figure out your whole storyline in the first 10 minutes. They did a good job. They did a good job because we knew something was up with the family, but because we already saw how much like blaringly shit was wrong, like it was very loud that shit was wrong with Kelly Rowland's character's husband's family. We're going to get to it. We was focusing too much on Zaire, okay, Travante's character. We was focusing on him so much that we wasn't paying attention to what was going on with light skin, even though I knew it was going to be light skin's fault by the time we got to the end of the movie. I kind of already knew, all right? I just didn't know how it was going to happen. There were also many plot holes, okay? Like just a lot of things that it was like, well, what happened here? What happened there? That doesn't make any sense. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like too many plot holes going on in the story. I just want to get that out to y'all first, okay? Now my breakdown. Kelly's character, Mea, is a successful lawyer, okay? Married to a mixed mama's boy. This is going to be, y'all, don't want to let's get the fuck out of here, okay? Married to a mixed mama's boy named Cal. Cal is a mama's boy in a covert incestuous relationship with his disrespectful Caucasian cunt of a mother. These are my notes. Perry intended pressure in-law talks to Mea. Her sister-in-law, her name, what was her name? Sharice, something, Chastity. Girl, look, the note is at the end, but Shannon, okay? Y'all know Shannon from P-Valley. That's her real name is Shannon, so I called her Shannon throughout my notes, okay? Tyler Perry intended to raise our pressure with the way the mother-in-law talks to Mea. Her sister-in-law seems to be with an asshole of a husband. Well, the brother-in-law's name is Ray. Girl, The first sign that this marriage wasn't shit between Mea and Cal is when they leave the birthday party, because the whole thing starts off with them being in therapy and them going to Cal's white mama's birthday party little dinner, okay? They go to the dinner. The mama then invited his ex-girlfriend, also looked mixed. The fuck? It was giving colorism. It was. Both of your, mixed sons went and got black women and you mad about it. So you treat them like shit because she treats Shannon's character like shit, just like she treat Mea like shit. Okay. But they driving home from the birthday dinner and we find out that Mia's husband, Cal, sold their piano, which she liked to play, so that he could buy his mom an expensive watch. That was the first sign that we needed to get this nigga out the way. That was the first sign that he wasn't a good husband. That was the first sign they wasn't going to be together by the time we got to the end of this. Okay? She actually even vocalized to Mea that she wished the other girl was her daughter-in-law. I would have hit the bitch in the throat. I would have never sat through no dinner with this lady with her outwardly disrespecting me and laughing and acting like it was all cool. No, it would have been like, if you don't stop playing with me, old lady, a drink gonna go in your fucking face. Like, stop playing with me. Y'all gotta stop letting people play with y'all. And any man that'll make you or ask you to let his mama play in your face like this, leave him. A well-known, extremely hunchable artist named Zaire asked to defend him. He was accused of killing his girlfriend. There's nobody. I don't know how we assume the bitch dead. Ain't nobody, but okay. It was buku blood, I guess. Girl. He was accused of killing a girlfriend. Cal, her entitled baby-ass husband, doesn't want her defending Zaire because his brother is the prosecutor on the case. She reminds him he went to work drunk and high, got fired, and is still sending huge checks of their money to his brother for his ailing mother's hospital bills. So he ain't got no job. He in rehab. He's selling shit out y'all house and sending large sums of money over to family members from your account. Girl, it's giving Reesa Teesa. It's giving you not asking enough questions. You a whole fucking lawyer. That's why we don't like Tyler Perry. Because Tyler Perry writes women like they fucking idiots. But then you get people like Reesa Teesa and you're like, damn, bitch, I guess we really out here like crackheads sometimes. And I'm talking about women acting like crackheads for dick. Dick that wasn't even good. Did y'all see that sex scene? He came all fast and she was dissatisfied. But anyway, Cal doesn't want her to take the case. Snatches the file, puts it under his arm like he, doing some shit. Ain't it funny? Nigga ain't got no job, ain't paying for nothing around here. But got the audacity to come snatch some shit out your hand talking about you not taking that case. Nigga, please. Give me that and get the fuck out of my face. Zaire is like most artists. He's a whore and a serial monogamist. He says that they were inseparable, him and the girl, Heidi. Inseparable. And one day he came home and she was gone. Okay, he went to go get her something to eat. He came back and she was gone. She enlists the help of her private eye, who she has this brother-like relationship with, right? I forgot his name, but y'all know he playing everything on BET and all of that. He playing everything, okay? They find out that Heidi wrote, like, I guess, some type of diary where she talked about how he choked her, burned her, spit on her, BDSM shit. He says it was what she wanted, not what he wanted. Already I can see the setup in place. This is a setup. How the fuck you out here writing all the freaky, kinky shit y'all like to do in a diary, perfectly placed for somebody to find in case you go missing, for them to think the person you was doing it with killed you. You actively going back to get choked, burned, and spit on. Okay, girl, I guess. He said that was her thing, but she wanted to take things too far, so he broke it off. The investigator can't find any record of Heidi being born in Mexico. Can't find the bitch, okay? Looking all over, can't find her, okay? Oh, okay. He tells her he hunched the old bitch in her gallery. Okay, yeah. We're gonna get to the old bitch because you know Tyler Perry got to reuse characters. Okay, he got to reuse characters all the time. Anyway, Zaire tells her he's attracted to her, Mea. Okay, he won't meet her in her office. Demands for her to come to his studio. And when she gets to the studio, the nigga is playing the Isley Brothers and painting. He's absolutely trying to get her coochie. And she's trying to keep her coochie from him. But he's trying to get the coochie away from her. And I'm telling you, there's nothing like somebody putting on some goddamn Isley Brothers for you to give up your coochie. I don't know what it does, but the Isley Brothers just helps people give up coochie. Okay? She tells him that he's known for being a coochie killer. And because she doesn't want to give him the coochie to kill, he no longer wants her to be his lawyer. So all of y'all women that wanted them to end up together, this is the moment I have to ask y'all what the fuck wrong with y'all. This man is, because I can't stand when men do shit like this. This man is basically telling her, we can't work together. I can't trust you because you won't admit that you want to fuck me. So I can't be professional. You just gonna try to strong arm me out my coochie. Yeah. I don't like him. I don't like the coochie killer. I don't care what y'all are talking about. Y'all know I don't trust no nigga that color his beard. I don't care. You don't want her to be the lawyer because she don't want to give you the coochie? Girl, get him the fuck out of here. Somehow we end up in a sex club. Don't ask me how. We end up in the sex club. I say, oh, we just going to be stealing scenes from all over the place. Because y'all know Tyler Perry loves to go and watch good old movies, like black movies that everybody love, and steal scenes from them. This is absolutely a scene stolen from Twa. This world is corrupt is what it was giving. Okay? They end up in a sex club. She watches him get his Peter Whacker wet by a random white girl who just came out of nowhere. The PI calls her because she left, right? He about to get hunched by a white girl. She leaves. She gets to the car. She get a phone call from the PI, sends her a picture. Whole man going to the hotel room with the ex-girlfriend that the mama wanted him with. Okay? She already came home and a nigga playing video games with the bitch picture on the TV. He act like he don't even see her color. So she already thinking that he probably fucking with the ex. Then the PI homeboy sends her the info saying, oh yeah, he fucking with the ex. All of this shit, like honestly, the PI, how did you get that picture? Wasn't you in Mexico? It was so much shit. I thought the PI was involved in some type of way. And then we had that one last phone call from him and he was never to be seen or heard from again. Girl, I don't know what the point of the sex club was, but they damn sure walked from his apartment downstairs through a sex club back up to his apartment. The girl was sucking his dick. She leave. She come back after the phone call because, now she feel like I got the license. I wanted the fuck, but, I ain't on my husband, but now that I know my husband cheating on me, now I'm a fucking. So she go back upstairs, right? The white girl is on top of the dick. I didn't see no condom. Okay? White girl bouncing on top of the dick. He tell the white girl go on by her way. She get up, walk out, just randomly disappear. Not Kelly making out with him. You don't know what he just did to that white girl. And now you making out with him like that white girl might not have herpes juice on her. You know what I'm saying? Like that white girl could have put herpes juice on that nigga mouth. And you out here making out with him in all night, like right after the white girl. I'd have been like, no, you at least got to take a shower and you know what I'm saying? Show me a condom. I ain't see that a condom pulled off nowhere. So I guess this was too much for her because she pushes him off of her, right? Then, again, he hands her a jacket. They put on clothes. They leave. We end up in another place. I was like, which one is the apartment? Which one is the studio? I was so confused. I was like, they left, took a ride, came back. Like, I don't know what happened, girl. I don't know what happened. But all I know is this scene reminded me of a scene from one of my favorite lesbian movies. Okay, this is how white people do shit with less soul, but it can still be effective, right? One of my favorite lesbian movies, y'all tell me if y'all ever seen this movie. It's called what is it called? Better Than Chocolate. It's called Better Than Chocolate, right? It's an indie film. All right, back in the day. And there was a scene where the white girls, you know, put paint all over each other and then laid down and made, you know what I'm saying? Like they body paint all over the canvas because one of them was an artist, right? So this is not the first time this has happened. Okay. But goddamn it, Tyler Perry and Kelly and Trevante didn't do it better. Okay. Because that shiny, glimmery paint that was put all over, okay, that shit looks so good. And then once he got in when he got in a blend and was hunching on her, oh, he had a nice ass, like his back muscles and everything. And then the glitter was all glistening. And all, he was like pumping up for dear God. It was the dick she wasn't getting from Cal. Okay. So she got dick down. Thank God. She needed it. Over there being starved of good Peter Whacker by her skin husband. When she wake up, there's a picture of her on the ceiling. I said, bitch, not him have already gotten a picture of you to put on the ceiling. She knew something wasn't right. She had just got digged down. Endorphins still running all through your coochie. It's okay. Mia finds out from the old broad he used to, you know, hunch on that owns the gallery. They use the same moves on her that he used on me. Oh, you look sad. Sit down. Let's see waves. And then paint her on the canvas that she started. And then she tells Mia that many canvases, many layers. So she goes back to his apartment, goes to the canvas above the bed with her picture on it, and just start peeling pictures off. Y'all, how many fucking pictures do y'all think somebody could tape up on the ceiling before it get bulky? I was just like, how many? It was like 10 women between Heidi and Mia. Like 10. So he had fucking painted that many women between the time of the alleged woman's murder and now. That shit didn't even make no sense. I said, all of them women? All of them women? Ugh. She put all the shit down now. She got to go home. Well, first of all, one of the paintings said something about, you know, I wish the bitch was dead, you know, written in red paint. And then he just put all of the other bitches on top of it. Like, you couldn't take her down. Like, it was just weird, y'all. It was just very weird. So she has to go home. Somehow she ends up in front of her Cal, his brother, and the mama. She admits that she hunched Zaire in front of his family. She runs away to the DR and ends up running into the damn girl, Heidi, who was supposed to be dead. I said, bitch, not you going to the DR, a whole nother island, and running into the girl that's supposed to be dead working as a goddamn maid. That didn't make no sense. Y'all, that didn't make no sense for her to run into that girl at that hotel in the DR. Now she know that the girl not dead. So instead of her calling her PI, she calls Ray, which was so aggravating to me because it's like, are you really missing how these people really don't like you? Like, they hate you. The brother-in-law Ray, the mama, they hate you, girl. Why are you acting like you don't know this? She called Ray to try to get him to, you know, hey, we need to work out a deal. This girl is still alive. This girl is still alive. He convinces her to come back to the States, talking about he gonna send his PI to go and find Heidi. So she come back. They try to kill a bitch. But her PI sent her another email. I didn't know exactly what was on the email. I guess it was the fact that the mama ain't about having cancer. So this whole time we thought that the mama, the mother-in-law, had cancer. But no, Ray is running for political office as DA, and it was good for his story for his mom to have cancer. He wanted the sympathy vote. So he lied about his mother having cancer. Right, and the PI is in Mexico. Child, when I tell y'all so much shit about this movie, it didn't make no goddamn sense. All in all, Mia ends up getting away. Shannon ends up being killed. She tried to save Mia. Charlize, that's her name, Charlize. They told Charlize to stab Mia, but instead she tries to cut her husband, but she, you know, moved too slow and he caught her hand, knocked her out. Then the mama ends up stabbing her. Mia gets away. only for her to be picked up by Cal. Now, at this point, your brother-in-law and your mama are liars. You know that your husband is a mama's boy. Do you really think he don't know none of this shit? You stupid. You don't believe nothing, right? You don't believe nothing. Everybody's showing you this family ain't right. You're not gonna believe it. She jumps in a car with Cal. Cal is driving her back to the house. Finally, she does what Reesa Teesa should have done and put the nigga on speakerphone and is able to hear him talking to his brother and his brother saying she knows everything. Get her back here. I said, Reesa Teesa, girl, if you would only have pressed the speakerphone button. Girl, if only you had pressed the speakerphone button like Mia did in this movie, girl. We wouldn't have had 50 pots. We wouldn't have had 50 pots. Okay? So Mia ends up crashing a car and killing him. And somehow this evidence gets relayed. They goes to jail and Zaire gets off. Zaire still wanted to hunch on her, but she threw the phone in the garbage can and walked off to, if you see me walking down the street and I start to cry each time we meet, then walk on by. Walk on by. Make believe that you don't see the tears. Listen. In private, 'cause each time I see you, I break down and cry. Oh, baby, walk on by. Okay? And that's how it went off. And I ain't gonna lie, you end on a good song, you got a good soundtrack, that's like 30% of your movie value to me is your soundtrack. So ending on Walk On By, okay? Kelly's wardrobe during this movie, she looked impeccable, okay? But so many plot holes. It was all over the place. It just wasn't written very well to me. I feel like it could have been much better than it was. I think it could have been much worse than it was, but thank God Kelly produced it. Outside of that, y'all, that's all I got about Mea Culpa. That's all I got. It did have great potential, but I think that it just kind of fell flat. You know what I'm saying? Like I appreciate a thriller that I want to go back and watch over and over and over again. And you know, and it didn't feel that way. But also, I want y'all to know how delusional y'all are, because it was so many women that wanted her to end up with Zaire, even after figuring out that he is a whore. He's a whore. Okay? Okay, he is a whore that will hunt you and then put you on his ceiling and make you feel special until he put the next bitch on the ceiling. Okay, bitch, don't go up that ceiling. All right, y'all. We're about to end with Where is Wendy Williams? Okay. So quick little break, and we're gonna get into the Wendy Williams of it all, and then I'm gonna get off of here, okay? Because I have to attempt to get my workout done today. All right.
Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you said, anywhere.
All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into my notes that I took on Wendy Williams. I just want to say that I don't think that this documentary should have been done. I think that it seems as if Wendy's family wanted this documentary to be done so that they can show what was happening to Wendy, so that they can show that what's going on with her and her guardianship, her conservatorship, whatever the fuck. It's not right. It's not in her best interest. It seems that whoever, not whoever, because I know who put her under conservatorship, that woman, the judge, and we're going to talk about that before we get into my notes, but that was put out today. I thought I had saved it, about the judge on, yeah, here it is. Hold up, y'all. The judge on Wendy's case was previously investigated for granting guardianship appointments to people who donated to her Supreme Court election campaign. So whoever this Caucasian lady is, this is Wendy's guardian. She received $5,720 in campaign donations from 20 people involved in guardianships and awarded those same people 62 guardianships. I don't know. It just says people 62. Let me read what it says. Okay, so the petition was filed by Wells Fargo in 2020. Keep 2022 in mind as you read further. Wendy's son, Kevin Hunter Jr., was taking care of her at the time, but after Wells Fargo filed their petition, lawyers for the bank painted him out to be a fit guardian and accused him of frivolously spending his mother's money. The judge presiding over the case appointed a professional guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, and threatened Kevin Jr. with kidnapping charges if he didn't hand his mother over. That judge is Lisa Sokoloff. We did some digging on this judge and found out that she was previously investigated by ABC 7 New York News after a paper trail revealed she granted guardianship to people who donated to her Supreme Court election campaign. Judge Lisa Sokoloff received $5,720 in campaign donations from 2019 to 2022 from 20 guardianship lawyers, law firms, or people who deal in guardianship cases, and awarded those same people or law firms 62 appointments in 2022. Now, we're not sure if Wendy's current guardian, Sabrina, donated to the judge's Supreme Court campaign, but this is interesting. Wendy's family argued that she's way healthier while in her son's care. The family says her health has taken a sharp decline and they haven't been able to reach her since Judge Sokoloff removed Kevin. So here's the thing. The good part about this is them deciding to investigate and find out about this judge. The issue for me comes in, why did we have to showcase Wendy in such a state in order for this to happen? These blog sites can get paid for this type of work. Pay them to investigate and post. Y'all pay them to post fucking Zeus Network. Why y'all can't pay them for this type of work instead of us having to watch a documentary, seeing the disintegration of, a great? And it does feel like y'all will show Black people like this, but you won't show white people like this. They would have never done this to Barbara Walters, who also, I believe, had dementia. They let those people, go through their shit in private. But if it's somebody Black, they're going to find a way to exploit it and use it as public fodder on top of stealing from her. I do believe something is amiss here. I do think the guardian conservatorship is a problem. I feel like to me personally, who are y'all trying to save Wendy's money for? Because if little Kevin wanted to spend all of his mama's money, that is in his right as her heir and the person she placed in charge of her estate. That's his right. Who the fuck are the Wells Fargo people that felt like they should be able to control her money so that it can go to this lady, so that it can go to Will, the manager, so that it can go to Sean, the weird ass publicist, who I feel like is giving single Black female, somebody that's obsessed with Wendy and wants to live through Wendy. So she continues to give Wendy delusions, feed her delusional shit. We're going to get into my notes, y'all. they protected Bruce Willis with his dementia more than they did for Wendy. But the thing about that is, I believe that's because his family really was able to like make sure they had everything. Like, first of all, if Kevin was still in the picture, this would have been harder to do, because Kevin is an ain't shit ass nigga. This is where we are with it. But also, the same theme for this whole episode of my show today, y'all. This is the same theme. I still blame Wendy. I'm gonna tell you why I blame Wendy. Because Wendy wanted so badly to be saved by some man that she created a habit of allowing Kevin Hunter to manage things for her. So she got to a point in her life where she doesn't know how to manage them for herself. And now she's getting older and depressed and sad because the person she put all of her trust into has been cheating on her for most of their marriage, has a baby, leaves her on her own. And now she is in a place to fully take care of herself the way she should. So she's drinking. Her dementia is alcohol induced. So when she's not drinking and whatever else she may be doing, she's fine. But she's doing that because she's in pain. She reminded me so much of Whitney Houston, and she made this comparison herself. But they are a lot alike. I remember when Whitney died and Wendy cried on the air because it was so much like her own life. Y'all want so badly for somebody to come and save you that you won't save yourself. And when people around you say you need therapy, you need to talk to somebody, you don't want to go talk to anybody. You think therapy is for crazy people, or in Whitney's situation, oh, I got the Lord. But you needed to be in somebody's therapy seat, because to be very clear, Wendy was another one of those people that did not love herself and was taught not to love herself by her own parents. I know they want to make Wendy's family seem like they're so great, but I remember the last Lifetime documentary where she talks about how she was raised to be so self-conscious of her body. You know how fucked up you gotta be? As them old people sat on that damn old documentary and talked about her weight. It just was a harshness, laughing and smiling when speaking of Wendy in such a harsh manner. There's an emotional disconnect in that family. Something ain't quite right there either. And I noticed that, just as I noticed that something ain't right with the people that's working for her. Another reminder of Whitney, because I feel like it was Whitney's family, as well as the people who, financially were making money off of her. You don't have nobody. Which is why the belief that somebody is going to come and save you will always bite you in your ass. You've got to save yourself. And I really feel like Wendy wanted so badly, because she was this boss woman, she wanted to be able to just let Kevin handle it. Just let Kevin handle it. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. You should have been on top of your affairs. You should have been on top of your money. You should have been on top of your drinking. I get it. Yeah, the niece rubbed me wrong as well. Maybe not the nephew. The niece rubbed me wrong because the niece was responding like a jealous fan. You're not going to tell me about my aunt. Yeah, Sean is weird as fuck. But if you weren't looking at this from a jealous standpoint, maybe you would have got information, picked her brain. Why? No, I don't want to. No, I'm not going to shoot with her, because you're not going to act like you know my aunt better than me. Girl, what? You need to be trying to find out who this bitch who can't blend her leave out is. Everybody feels weird to me. The energy of the whole thing felt, even her sister Wanda. At the end of the documentary, where they get with Wendy's on the phone, the way she's fine. She's like the old Wendy. She's like the old Wendy. I don't trust nothing y'all talking about. I don't trust Wanda. I don't trust the niece. I'm sorry, y'all. And I do believe that her son was probably not only spending, but may have been transferring some money from Wendy's accounts to his daddy's. I believe there's something in that as well. And I can't even, I'm not going to make it seem like, Lil Kevin don't love his mom, because I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that he intended for this to happen, but I do feel like something that tripped that investigation. Where was $100,000 of Wendy's money going? What did you spend that on? Did they say he spent $100,000 on Uber Eats? Like, come on, y'all. I do believe the son was being used or manipulated by the dad, pulling money from Wendy, because that was the only way Wendy could get back at that nigga, was to take everything she was given. And remember, he was losing cars. He had moved that woman to a house down the street from Wendy's house. How he was going to continue to be able to pay for it? Yeah. If $150,000 birthday, but yes, it feels like the son, I believe, was being manipulated by the daddy. And that's where a heap of Wendy's money was going. And that's why Wells Fargo goes and does their investigation. And you just so happen to probably get a judge on the case, who might be paying people, maybe, I don't know, or have some type of situation where if a famous person gets put on guardianship, she gets put in control of it, or a person with a lot of money. And there's a network of people that you can call that's gonna, get you in contact. Yeah, no, it absolutely seemed like a situation where, because you are somebody with money, you are somebody that's famous. If you don't stay on top of your shit, the people around you will take advantage of you. And that's what I feel like happened with Wendy. And I think that she stuck her head in the sand with the divorce. Yes, Wells Fargo is problematic on their own already. Exactly. So I feel like it's a conundrum. It's a whole bunch of fucked up things going on at the same time with how Wendy ends up in this situation. A family of people you can't necessarily trust. You know what I'm saying? And then the people that work for you, you can't trust them neither. Will is a fucking jeweler. How you go from being a jeweler to managing Wendy Williams? Make that make sense? They met in a club? Come on, man. Right. Kevin Sr. and Kevin Jr. showed up to Banks together. That's how this started. Kevin Jr. was executive producer on the documentary. Wendy's son is just a privileged kid who has no real regard for money. They taught him how to be responsible. They hadn't taught him how to be responsible with money. I think it's that, and I think it's him giving money to the daddy. I do. I still think that it's something going on where he was being told what to do by the daddy. I just always felt that way. But so, okay. My notes. I don't know where it said that they were going to the Banks together, but I know that I ain't stupid. And that's something I think that Kevin Sr. would instruct his son to do. Did they lose that house yet in Jersey? Down the street from Wendy's old house in Jersey? Or do they still live there? Does the new old lady got all her same expensive bags she had when Wendy was paying for everything? Because I know they had cars repossessed, businesses closed. You know what I'm saying? Like he lost a lot financially by deciding to leave Wendy and be with this woman, which shows you how stupid he was. Because while you was working for her all of that time, you working for Wendy in this business, and you're not cementing yourself as someone to make money from your wife. So now how you making money to take care of the other ones you're not living off of? Didn't that lady leave him? No, they lost that house. They live in Florida. Okay. They went to Florida where Kevin Jr. is, where the rest of Wendy's family is. Okay. So y'all, these are my notes. Wendy Williams. Will, the manager who she met at the club, took over after Kevin left. That's not a good sign to me. She keeps talking about wanting to get back on TV. She's got the crazy eyes and the bad wigs. Don't like none of that. She's talking to people crazy, telling Sean, the PR manager girl, who I said is giving me weird, fanatical, delusional, can't trust, creepy vibes. That's the vibes I'm getting from Sean. Okay. She tells Sean that she needs to get lipo. And this is when I noticed that Sean is dead behind the eyes. So understand, when somebody has dementia and they say any old mean thing about your mouth to somebody, those people are looking like they're not being affected by what's being said, but they're being affected by what's being said. They just clocking it and putting it in the back of their mind. So when they're alone with you and they might hit you and you don't remember and all of that type of shit. Yeah, I'm saying that her name when she was talking to Black China. We're going to get to that. Alex, her niece, followed in her footsteps in journalism. I told y'all something about the niece rubbed me wrong too. Wendy tells her that she has no money at Wells Fargo, and her guardian stole her money, but she has no evidence. And then she says she has billions, and we know she didn't make no billions of dollars. So nobody knows what to believe out of anything that Wendy's saying. You can't trust nothing that Wendy is saying up out of her mouth at any given moment during this whole 4-part documentary. Okay. Sean comes in. Alex leaves because she doesn't want to do this with her. She doesn't know Sean. Things are missing. It's very jarring. Sean tries to talk to her and she says no. Sean leaves and Alex says that she thinks she knows my aunt better than me. Nice try. And I told y'all that rubbed me wrong. I don't need your fake using behind in the middle of my relationship with my aunt. Yeah. I understand what she was trying to come across as, but there was something about that was like the niece is just bothering me. Whatever. Alex then talks to Wendy, who says Sean is her PR, but that she knows about finance. Now, even though you can't really trust anything that Wendy is saying, I would be paying attention to what she's saying at moments like this. Because to me, this is telling me that if she knows about finances, that mean that Sean is handling money for you in some respect. What the fuck going on here? How are y'all affording things if Wendy isn't in control of her money? Alex says people are taking advantage of her. She's being paid to be your friend. That was another thing that was working on my nerves about Alex. These people are not Wendy's friends. They work for Wendy. So they're being paid to work for her. Why are you trying to complete it and seeming like friends? And these are not her friends. These are obviously not her friends. Wendy doesn't have any real fucking friends. Let's be clear. Wendy tells her to just relax. She understands. Wendy doesn't want to deal with the real of the situation, so the niece leaves it alone. Wendy went to LA without Will or her guardian knowing. Sean just flew her out to LA. To me, it sounded like Sean wanted to go home. Sean didn't want to leave Wendy by herself. Sean also wants to drive Wendy around and lie and act like, she's the publicist assistant to the famous Wendy Williams. And they have this meeting with NBC and, she wants to feel important. She wanted to feel important. That's how Sean is. Sean wants to feel important by being connected to Wendy. So she flies her out there. Will is pissed. The guardian is pissed. Y'all, this was scary to me. Because essentially Wendy is not in her right mind and she can just be taken somewhere. Her real friend was in California. Regina is her only friend. Okay, I don't know who any of those people are, but okay, fine. She got the one real friend. Cool. But I like to say I still felt real. I think what Black China was given in the moment was genuine, even if the friendship is a Hollywood friendship. There was something still very genuine about the way Black China was being with her. Almost like I know what it's like to not be all there all the time. And I wish people would have, showed me care when I was flipping out versus treating me like shit. I have it in my notes, but essentially like the moment with Black China, she takes her wig off. She wants to show everybody how terrible she looks, which is another thing that feels self-deprecating, wanting to show people her feet, wanting to show people, that she lost her hair and pulling her wigs off in front of everybody. Sean was using her personal card to pay for stuff. Wendy and Regina said it. Whose personal card? Yeah, she did this part when she asked Wendy if she wanted to go to the Oscars. Yes. Also, telling Wendy how great she looks when Wendy has that same wig on that's not combed or brushed. When somebody looks crazy and you don't stop them from putting themselves on Front Street, like when they went to her Hollywood Walk of Fame, and her on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and she has her standing on the corner, just staring, talking to all of these random people walking up to her, taking pictures and shit. I was like, Sean is not a good publicist. She needs to be fired. Why would you allow for Wendy in the state that she's in to be standing on a fucking corner taking pictures with random people? You don't know what could have happened. It was just very weird to me. Let me see what else. What else I had in my notes? Sean says that Wendy called her ignorant, scared, no food, so she took her to LA so you couldn't just order her some food. Yeah, I don't trust Sean at all. Will is pissed. They are going to meet with NBC. She wants the show to be in New York City because it's more important. Sean is inflating the delusion, saying she was surprised that people on the Wendy Williams show were saying that they questioned Wendy's sobriety. I was really surprised and shocked that they were saying that. But then you'll sit up there and talk about how this is Wendy just talking to people crazy and shit. So why are you surprised now that her employees are talking about her in a negative way when you yourself said this is how she's always been talking to people crazy? That's what you said yourself. So that y'all could try to pretend like nothing was wrong with her so y'all can keep trying to make money off of her, right? It seemed as if the people who were shooting the documentary recognized that something was wrong. The people working for her, Will and Sean, are hell-bent on making it seem like things really wrong. And then this is just some sporadic thing that's happening. When we're watching her, it's almost as if she's never coherent. She's always living in the past, never like coherent to what's going on in the moment. Sean has been working with her for a year, even though Wendy was like, I just met her. She says she trusts Sean over Will and she wants a new manager. This is something that I felt like Sean had a hand in. They go to lunch. She's drinking. Sean doesn't stop her from drinking. Wendy's son and nephew, those people will stop. Will stop her from drinking. Sean, she knows when to stop. Ma'am, she has dementia from the drinking. She shouldn't be drinking at all. That shows that you want her to be in a state of mind where she's not clear because you want her to be drinking. You think it's okay. Will calls. He knows she's drinking. So he tells the guardian that Wendy's been drinking. Fuck, what you gonna do? Wendy's asking people if they know who she is so that she can be praised. All very weird behavior. Do you know who I am? Did you watch my show? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. She's like on repeat, y'all. She's like on repeat. They discussed her sleeping in the Louis Vuitton store. That was something that went viral. And people were feeling like she had a problem then. I had been telling y'all ever since I saw her coming out of the building with Ray J with the backpack. Anytime somebody is with Ray J and Ray J got a backpack, please know that it's not safe. Okay. I told y'all that back then. If y'all been watching me for a minute, y'all know. As soon as I saw Wendy with Ray J in that fucking backpack, I said, oh no, this is not good. Y'all saw that Prinky and Ray J said they're getting divorced. Girl, I wasn't even gonna talk about it because we don't ever believe them when they say they're gonna get divorced. They always end up getting right back together. But now Prinky is winning her tournaments, a celebrity poker tournament and all of that. So now that she has something for herself, she might leave that nigga. But anyway, back to this. Sean says that it's not a problem. She puts her spin on stories and all the stories out there about Wendy being healthy. Yeah, you put those stories out there. That doesn't mean that that's what's happening. And it doesn't mean that people aren't noticing that something isn't right. Sean has spoken to Wendy's medical team. He believes that Wendy is bouncing back. For some reason, Wendy wants to show people at NBC her feet. And she keeps talking about this before the NBC meeting. And I'm like, Sean, every time she says she wants to show people her feet, why aren't you perceiving that something's wrong? Something's wrong. Hello. Her son doesn't want her to work. Wendy doesn't remember what the Oscars are. NBC declines to comment on the meeting. No TV offer has materialized because anybody with sense can tell that Wendy is not well. Will says the Guardian doesn't know who Sean is. Where the fuck did Sean come from then? Because Wendy says that Will brought Sean in. So if the Guardian doesn't know and you don't know, why is she still working for Wendy? What the fuck are y'all talking about? Will goes up to talk to Sean and Wendy. It's not on camera. And he comes out talking about he feels like they got to the bottom of things. What are y'all talking about? Where did Sean come from? She gets back to New York from LA and she's much worse than she was because whatever happened in that meeting was extremely traumatic for Wendy in the state that she's in. They see her sitting on the sofa, nodding off. You know what I'm saying? Bad wig. Black China shows up to check on her. She pulls her wig off and China tells her she's beautiful. China tells her that she's going to come back and for it to see her. Wendy says, my real name is Wendy Hunter and I'm divorced. And he still got no money. The things that really matter, the things that she can't let go of, those are the things that she keeps repeating. Shit about Kevin. You know what I'm saying? Shit about wanting to be back on TV. All of that is the dementia because those are the strongest things that she feels. Hurt about Kevin, mad about her career. But that's why you shouldn't have never put all your eggs in that nigga's basket, made him no fucking savior that you never needed. She always wanted to see him in some knight in shining armor instead of seeing him for who he really was. And I think that was a lot of her downfall. China hugs her and tells her that everything is going to be okay. And in all honesty, it was the most affection that anybody had shown her the entire time, y'all. The niece didn't show her that affection. Nobody else showed her that affection the way China did. So when I saw the clips online, I was like, man, look at this bullshit. But honestly, I wanted to cry the most when China was there with her. Because it was the most love that I had seen her given by anybody. By anybody. And it's just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to watch somebody deteriorate to such a state. I hate the fact that I called out Grey Gardens because that's exactly what it's giving. Y'all go look up Grey Gardens and y'all gonna see that it's exactly the same type of thing. Oh, Lil Kevin says that she has alcohol-induced dementia. She was doing better when she was in Miami with her family. Once she got better, the show wanted her to come back and the family didn't. In 2022, the court appointed the guardian and took away Kevin's guardianship. And she was in Miami with her family. And so they made her come back. And that was how, you know, they were able to seize control of everything like I read to y'all at the beginning. So she visited Miami during this time to be with her family. And they're trying to get her to see that she's not okay. She has dementia and she's not making sense. She wants everyone to take, I want everyone to take off their wig. When she was sitting up there talking to her daddy, her 70-something-year-old daddy, and he's more coherent than she is, that shit broke my heart. She's still trying to drink. So everybody has to stay on top of her because she refuses to stop drinking. Here's the thing. There's a part of Wendy that doesn't want to come. There's a part of Wendy that because of the situation with Kevin, I believe she has tapped out on her life. And I think that's what she did. When that divorce happened, I think instead of healing and moving on with her life in a real way, she just internalized all the pain and disappointment. And now the drinking and locking herself in rooms and drinking herself away, that's her way of dealing with it. She doesn't really want to come back. That man in his 90s, that man looked good. That man looked good to be in his 90s. I thought he was in his 70s, child. Anyway, so they talk about how everything went downhill after the LA trip, but I'm like, I don't know what y'all talking about. Shit was already going downhill before the LA trip. The documentary stopped filming April 23. She locked herself in her apartment, basically to drink herself to death. And this is when the Guardian had her admitted to a facility for 6 months. And nobody sees her again after that. And they're acting like, you know, she's getting better because she's in this facility, but none of her family has seen her. Nobody has seen Wendy. And that's very scary to me, that none of her family, nobody has seen her since she went into this facility, and everybody claims she's okay. Will has seen her. Why has Will, her manager, seen her, but her family can't see her? Y'all, something is not okay. And I hope that this situation is rectified before something ends up happening to Wendy. But it's very bothersome to me that the family has not seen her, specifically her son. Will goes back to Wendy's apartment, and this is when I'm realizing that this apartment is nice and all of that, but why the fuck do you have black walls in your apartment? Y'all, that's depressing. That's depressing as hell to have black walls in your apartment. But now they're going to sell her apartment in New York City, and she's in facility. So I'm wondering who's going to get the money from selling her penthouse apartment. We see Wendy call Wanda during the interview, and the way she acts like Wendy is healthy again seems like a lie. And Will says she's sober and getting better, and I just don't believe anything that's being said. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with y'all. I don't believe the family. I don't believe Will. It's a lot. Did you see her call her brother Kevin? Yeah, I saw that. DJ Booth saved her a lot of something is not okay. I think Wendy and Will are smashing. I don't think so. DJ Booth is a real one. I think he's just taking advantage of the space that she's in. Yeah, it's real SVU-ish. Her family not being able to see her doesn't make sense. The Courts of New York has a lot to do with it. This is like a movie, the movie I Care a Lot. Yeah, the way they take advantage of them people. Yes. It don't matter how many pictures and colors you put in that apartment, it still look dreary. All those, Wendy liked the black wall, and that's a problem. It was too many black walls, y'all. That place looked dark. And the fact that her life seemed so damn dark, I'm telling y'all, that's a reflection of what was going on inside of her head, that she wanted dark walls. Notice Wendy kept saying she was moving, but we did not see them set up a new place for her. They always intended to put her into a facility. Absolutely. Maybe not NY because the building congestion makes it even darker. I think they were smashing, but it stopped after she got worse. Ew. Will said he opened a new bank account for her. He's getting the money. Wow. The lead up to New York to her, Wendy flew to LA and Miami. I think Wendy just doesn't want to see them because they won't let her drink. That's another thing, that Wendy wants to drink, y'all. And I really feel like people are not being honest about the fact that Wendy put herself in this situation on some level, because before it got to this point, she was allowing her life to just, she didn't care. And that's, I think, how we got in this situation. Yeah, she looks at Will like Kevin, her savior. Yeah. If she dies while she has financial custodian, does the bank get to keep her money instead of releasing it to her son? That's what I'm thinking. Child, it reminds me of how the government has always been able to steal wealth from Black people. Black people will have properties and wealth, and they'll find a way to come in and steal it and give it to the state or to the government, so that Black people don't have, you know, wealth over years throughout their families, so that we can stay in the service industry. Even though they had some tough times, I hope her brother is near. Yeah, they talked about how, you know, in the first documentary, her brother was her best friend, and it just doesn't seem that way now. Also, that's a reach. Black walls are very elegant. I don't think that's a reach. I don't think it can be a reach. You have black walls in a tight spaced, crowded, hoarded apartment. and a woman that is depressed and drinking herself to death. You think it's a reach? Maybe having black walls in a big mansion. But when they looked at that apartment with all of those black walls, it looked depressing to me. It looked like an extension of what is going on inside being shown on the outside, just like the hoarding. It's not a reach. I can't stand when y'all say that I'm reaching because you don't see it the way I see it. We could disagree. Ain't nobody talking about the black walls at your house. Thank you for the super chat, Marty 1003. My dad has alcohol-induced dementia. I can't watch the Wendy doc because it's so triggering. My granny passed and he spiraled. He's still asking for liquor. Whoo. Sad. Yes. Accent color. All of the walls were black. Like, that shit looked depressing. As a designer, black walls and small spaces can create depression. It's color psychology. Talk to him. Please, somebody talk to him. Because everybody always want to act like I'm fucking reaching and like I'm crazy or something like that for noticing how things connect. I'm so sorry that I noticed how what goes on inside of somebody's mind can be reflected by what you see around them, which is why when people's spaces are light and airy and clean, it's usually a better sign of their mental. Dark, hoarding, that means your mind is packing all of this shit in and keeping it there. Child, trust me, I know. I told y'all when I went to Ghana, we went to the slave castle, right? We went to the slave castle. The area where the governor of the slave castle, where the white people would come and stay, the dignitaries, the priests that would come and stay at the slave castles, the walls are all yellow. Beautiful, bright, gold yellow, all windows with the ocean coming through. Down below, dingy, dark, white, cemented walls where the slaves were kept. So yeah, that color shit is real. But anyway, let me read the rest of these. Chrissy, thank you for the super chat. Just showing you love. And yes, black walls are super depressing. I use yellow light to keep my mood up. It matters. Thank you so much. How strange that nature does not knock and yet does not intrude. Emily Dickinson. Come on now. Yes, it is triggering to say I'm reaching because it sounds like, it sounds like you're dismissing me. I as a Gemini and somebody that's very good at communicating and understanding certain things, girl. Yeah, no, I don't like for people to be dismissive of my opinions. Don't agree, but don't dismiss me, especially when I know I'm spot on. Hey, DeQuasia, thank you for the super chat. The fact that he was making fake phone calls to his dead relatives and pretending to live a life that his actual twin brother was living is where the story had gotten real disturbing to me. Yeah, talking about Reesa Teesa. Thank you for that. Miko Spice, thank you for the super chat, my baby. Empathy without discernment will get you fucked up. Shout out to Jasmine Garden. I know that's right. That's my girl. Aneka Jennings, thank you for becoming a member. Breed the anti-socialite. Thank you for the super chat, my love. I read that one from Marty. I read that one from Christy. Okay. All right, y'all. And listen, ain't no wrong with an accent wall, y'all. Wendy's whole fucking apartment was black walls. Like that just says a lot to me. That apartment wasn't big enough for them black walls. Okay. My mom is a Gemini and a middle child. She resonates with this for sure. Yeah. It's basically like calling somebody crazy when they right. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. It was a lot of dark shit, but the hoarding, y'all, the hoarding is another thing for me that you can notice. And once they did the pandemic started shooting for the pandemic, and I saw all that shit in her house, I was like, yeah, it's giving Grey Gardens. That's not a good sign, you guys. On point with the Ghana, the slave dungeons, not castles. Yeah, I feel you on that. Anyway, y'all, I'm done. 2 hours. I think I did good. 1,600 of y'all in here. Make sure y'all like the video, support the channel, come back for more. Check out my last Now That We're Grown for the Purple Rain, y'all. Okay, Purple Rain. It was a good one. It was a really good conversation. Make sure y'all go and check that out. If y'all missed it, catch the playback, and don't forget to catch the Married to Medicine live I did earlier today. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good rest of y'all.
Anywhere you go.